Now, for what you've all been waiting for, the return of the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. Okay, WWE News. WWE released new merchandise for Tough Enough. And Tough Enough just finished their first episode. I've already did the results of that first episode last week. And news that The Miz is the second WWE superstar in WrestleMania history to have entered the final match of the evening as a heel and reigned victorious. The first such incident occurred 11 years ago at WrestleMania 2000 when Triple H beat The Rock, Mick Foley, and Big Show in a fatal four-way elimination match to retain the WWE Championship. In both cases, the winner was subject to a post-match SmackDown from The Rock. Okay, originally scheduled United States Championship match between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan was nixed from WrestleMania itself. Pay-per-view broadcast. It was moved to the dark match position and turned into the lumberjack match. And there was a battle royal. And it was won by Great Khali, who was last eliminated Sheamus. Following, 22 WWE superstars participated in the match. Chavo Guerrero, Chris Masters, Kurt Hawkins, Daniel Bryan, David Hart Smith, Drew McIntyre, Evan Bourne, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Johnny Curtis, JTG, Mark Henry, Primo, R-Truth, Sheamus, Ted DiBiase Jr., Great Khali, Trent Beretta, Tyler Ricks, William Regal, Yoshi Tatsu, and Zack Ryder. Shawn Michaels noted on his Twitter that he's going home to Texas, so he wasn't on Raw tonight. WWE offered Dragon Gate USA star Jon Moxley a developmental deal. Moxley was signed to DG USA, but they are releasing him with full blessing so he can sign with WWE. He finished with DG USA over the weekend and will finish Evolve on April 19th in New York City. There were no major injuries coming out of WrestleMania last night. However, WWE crew itself was wore out from the past week in Atlanta, and most are looking forward to wrapping things this week with Raw and SmackDown and going their separate ways after the TV taping of SmackDown for Tuesday night. Matt Hardy, Tommy Dreamer, Iron Sheik, and Luke Gallows were all visiting WWE crew after WrestleMania ended at their party. Men carrying Triple H's shield during the entrance at WrestleMania's match last night were talents from WWE Developmental. They were all told to hide their faces at all costs. Trevor sent in a word that last night's WrestleMania 27 was the first WrestleMania in history that did not see a title change hands. Both Edge and Miz retained their respective titles last night in the only two title matches on the main card. There were no post-match promos by The Rock last night after WrestleMania 27 went off the air. Rock posed for the fans and then went to the back. Sean Waltman was spotted sitting ringside at the pay-per-view last night, only to watch Triple H versus Undertaker match. After Alberto Del Rio lost to Edge last night at WrestleMania 27, makes this fourth straight year that Royal Rumble winner has came up short at WrestleMania. John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, and Del Rio have all lost big title matches at WrestleMania after winning the Rumble. The last one to win the title after winning the Rumble was The Undertaker in 2007. In correction from earlier, the guys with the shields during Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania 27 were independent wrestlers, not under WWE contract, and they were Lane Vassar, Wes Grissom, JT Talent, Christian Haim, Jesco Blue, Sean Tippers, Lanny Kealoha, and Matt Boyce, Andrew Alexander, and Jacob Ashworth. Taking a shot at Kurt Angle on his recent beef with Randy Orton on Twitter, CM Punk wrote the following Twitter today. My Twitter was hacked last night. Is the new I'm a sloppy drunk douche. Stan sent word in last night. Fatal 4-hour WrestleMania 27 pay-per-view featured 1 hour, 41 minutes and 6 seconds of actual in-ring action. In comparison to the 2001 Royal Rumble, it had around 1 hour and 55 minutes of wrestling, while the 2011 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view had just over 1 hour, 30 minutes of in-ring action. As noted before, WWE is planning on releasing several mid-card talents. Now that WrestleMania is over, the latest word is that between 12 and 14 talents will actually be released. WWE Superstars taped tonight. Yoshitatsu defeated Tyson Kidd. Santino Marella defeated Ted DiBiase. Well, starts off with Triple H coming to the ring and making a speech about his match at Mania against Undertaker. As they said, when Taker's gong ran, and he became so nervous he never felt that before. And he also was in the ring with a slight limp. Then he stated that ain't no man ever came at him like Taker did last night to go toe-to-toe with him and willing to destroy themselves just to keep the streak alive. Then he goes to say about comments from people about this is Taker's last match. He says he doesn't think so, and then he thanks Taker for the great match and the fight of his life. Triple H took his glasses off at this time and he was sporting 2 breathing strips, and in between the breathing strips was a big gash on his nose. So I guess he got cut up during the match. And he finishes off the statement and saying, Taker, when you come back, I'll be waiting. And on his way up the ramp, posing to the fans, not acting like he's injured at all anymore. And then Lawler and JR are the announcers for tonight for Raw as they cut for commercial. JR and King talked briefly about his match last night against Michael Cole to get interrupted by Cole himself, wearing the same outfit that he wore last night from his high school wrestling gear. Wonder if he washed them. He mentioned that he won the match and he was the best performer on the show and was Mr. WrestleMania. The King interrupted him saying that he only won because the computer told him he did. Cole came back with challenging him to a rematch tonight. King's already dressed for the match and says right now. And Cole's smiling as he's already doing it, saying this like he's so happy. As King is already in the ring, he said he didn't mean a WrestleMania rematch, but from last week's against Jack Swagger yet again. Match begins as Swagger and King throw punches, and Swagger goes for the double axe handle missing. And Lawler catches him with a punch in the corner. Then Swagger pushed Lawler away onto the mat. Swagger went for the leg drop that missed. Clearly, as Lawler was about 4 foot away when he attempted the leg drop. As he landed on his butt, King with six straight left-hand punches that knocked Swagger down. As Cole tries to distract, it worked enough to get Swagger back on the momentum and gets the ankle lock submission that momentarily gets the win for Swagger, but he didn't let go. Therefore, the ref reverses this decision, and now Lawler winning, and Cole then gets barbecue sauce and then sprays it on JR as he's at ringside. JR chases Cole out of the arena apparently, but he comes back later on. And as JR leaves, and he doesn't announce any more matches for the remainder of the show. WrestleMania date was then announced for April 1st, 2012. The video in Miami as they went to commercial. Back for commercial, and the coal mine is there, but with caution tape around it. And Cole is back announcing with Booker T and Josh Matthews. And next match is Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. Tag match, Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio tag match versus Punk and Cody Rhodes. Orton out first with his theme. Then Rey to his theme, wearing all white gear and mask and pants. Cody was out first for his to his new theme, and same gear as last night with a hoodie and all. Punk was then out to his theme, but no Nexus gear. So I wonder if the Raw brand Nexus is gone. Okay. Randy and Cody started the match off. Orton goes at it with Cody, and Ray comes in to continue the offense. Punk is tagged in and taunts Orton, who is now on the apron, but Punk works over Mysterio and gets tags in Cody. Cody and Punk double team Ray. Ray rolls Cody up for a 2 count. Tags back in Orton. Cody fights off Orton, off into the corner, and beats him down. Orton comes back with a big clothesline and a 2 count. Cody turns around again. Punk gets involved, and Orton kicks him back into the fan barrier. Cody then goes to work on Orton's bad leg now. Punk is tagged in, and they do more double teaming on Orton. Punk scoops Orton for the GTS, but he slides out. Orton goes for an RKO. Punk takes his leg out and gets a 2 count. Punk stomps Orton as we go to commercial. Stone Cold. I guess I didn't finish that one. Well, good guys. The faces won that match. Stone Cold was showing walking backstage. Said something. I didn't catch it at that point as they went to commercial. They come back. Well, let's say it's the WWE.com note. Phenom 19-0. So you have to go to the site for that. Alright, back from commercial this time, and Stone Cold's out with his broken glass theme. Ready for Tough Enough time? Give me a hell yeah. I can almost hear you. One more time. Hell yeah. Tough Enough cast intro as they all come out, all 14 of them. He's going to put them through his way, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Hands the mic to the guys. And they self-introduce themselves. Ryan Ho he introduced himself. Next is Christina Crawford, who is Alicia Fox's sister. Andy Levine and the others. Luke Robinson calls himself a future legend and gets booed. Jeremiah Riggs gets a pop from the crowd for representing the South, as he says, but he calls it the dirty South. And Booker even comments that he's the man he's going for. And he gets booed somewhat. Okay, he actually gets the pop. Miss USA is up next. She says you can't be hot, sexy, and tough. Michael Zaki says nobody is tougher than him, and he gets booed. Evil East from Puerto Rico gets a pop and says she's here to give the WWE fans the best entertainment they've seen ever. Eric Watts from California gets a mixed reaction, and this guy he's a 6'8" guy, and he looks like buckwheat, according to Booker T. Matt Cross is up next. Reality TV star Michelle Dayton says she is hot enough to be a WWE diva. Last guy gets booed when he says he can't wait to wrestle for the WWE Universe. Crowd chanting "Stun them all" to Stone Cold as he gets the mic back. Miz then interrupts. Stands about halfway up the ramp, reminds them that he was on Tough Enough, and shows video of it and explains how tough he can be and tells them to be the same, and they can be like him, as he is the must-see face in history. As he comes to the ring, he tells Eric Watts to get out of the way, and he's the one that called him buckwheat due to his afro. Turns attention to Stone Cold, asking him if he wants to hold the belt, then challenges him to one more match. Crowd is chanting, says one more match. Miz says he wants the ring cleared for the match, and Stone Cold agrees. Says clear it. And they immediately sit around ringside. As Stone Cold looked away, Miz nails him with a belt, but Steve came back with punches and stomps a mud hole on him. As Alex Riley comes in, and he got the Thayer's press and beat down and a stunner for his efforts. And then the beer celebration starts again. He tosses all the Tough Enough guys and gals beers as Booker says, they're going to have one big tough enough toast, as Booker didn't get one himself. What? I didn't get one? Well, I don't want one, he said. Since last night, thing, but Stone Cold gave him a stunner then, after his spinneroonie last night. Well, okay, after that, Booker is laughing as they continue, as Stone Cold's theme music plays and beer thrown everywhere. As Steve then goes to the coal mine and pours beer all over Michael Cole and his equipment. As Booker says, Stone Cold just baptized Michael Cole, for everyone loves Michael Cole. Commercial break. Back from the break, Ricardo announces Del Rio to the ring, but he comes out with no carve, but with Brodus Clay versus Evan Airborne. Ricardo kicks Evan down in the corner, Irish whip, but Evan twist kick Del Rio down, back up, and he nails Evan back down to the mat. They go outside the ring. Rio throws Evan into the ring bearer and then back in the ring. With a side headlock and a knee in the back, Evan got out and gets a few pinning moves on Rio real quick. And then a hip then he went up top as Rio ran into the corner and then nails him with his high kick and then got an armbar submission. Somehow during the match, Rio got a nosebleed. He was busted open as he won the match, then wiped the blood off and then just rolled out of the ring. Just as that was, as he was going out of the ring, DX and new DVD announcement video, One Last Stand is the name of it, goes on sale tonight, or actually tomorrow, as soon as Kmart opens. Tough Enough commercial reminds for later following Raw commercials again. Back from break, access footage shown from action with the auctioned autographs. Back from break, Vicky's excuse me moment and blames Lay Cool comes out with a I'm gonna go back. Vicky says excuse me and then blames Lay Cool for their loss at Mania last night, and Snooki got the big win. Dolph then says John Morrison also got his best match, but he wants a challenge tonight for a tag match against Trish and John Morrison. As they head to the ring, commercial break. Back from the break, Morrison's out first wearing his new gear, black leather, bedazzled trench coat, and his theme is the same. And then there's a fast Trish Stratus thing where she hurries up to the ring, like they're trying to finish it on time or whatever. And the guys start as Vicky looks at Dolph and complaining. Then Dolph tags her in, and then Trish is in as well. And a mixed gender tag, when a gal tags in, the other guy will have to come in. Same thing with the guys. Guys come in, guy gets tagged in, guys come in. Alright. Okay. Trish is in as well. Quick roll-up roll-ups by Trish. And chops to Vicky's chest. And she turns attention to Dolph as Vicky grabs her hair. Trish is Dolph is yelling at Trish for something. Trish just turns around and Vicky grabs her hair from behind, pulls her down, and then tags Dolph in. Dolph's back super flips John Morrison over. It's like a back suplex. Dolph went for the pin, but Trish pulled him off, and that got John set up for Starship Pain finish, and that was about it. Trish was wearing a tank top with holes on the sides, and they cut for commercial with a WWE shop video with new gear, and then a commercial break. Back from the break, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan rematch for the title, but regular match instead. Sheamus out first, but then Bryan, as both teams were short, Sheamus on the offense first, and an accidental clap X-handed clothesline. So he's going for a clothesline, but it's like this. And kicks to Daniel's back, stretches through the ropes, and Sheamus a big slaps across the chest with the arms. Okay, Sheamus with a headlock and a stretch as Bryan counters out. Sheamus with an Irish curse backbreaker to a side headlock as Daniel breaks loose with a kick to the stomach and clothesline. Irish whip and a side kick on Sheamus. Daniel sets up with a LaBelle lock. Sheamus powered out and delivered the Brogue bicycle kick for the win. After the match, Sheamus beats down Daniel in the corner till Sin Cara makes his debut. And for the save, as he almost he actually did botch it, but it wasn't enough of a botch for most people to notice. He was running down the ramp, took a jump off the floor all the way over the top rope. And when he hit the top rope, his stomach hit, and he still nailed Sheamus. And then Sheamus rolls to the floor himself. Sin Cara's up top again to the top rope, delivers a flying crossbody, hanging in there for about 5 seconds before he actually nails Sheamus on the floor, and then he heads up the ramp, poses at stage as they go to commercial. Back from commercial, and this is your main event of the evening. It's not even a match. Cena comes out to confront last night's events. This is at 9:59 p.m., starting the segment. It rolls all the way up till about 10:15. I believe, yeah, that's what I got in my notes. Okay, he mentions Rock said he was coming to Mania to whip some candy ass, but it wasn't Zack Ryder. Then he tells Miz congrats as he still is a champion after all that happened last night, just like the true champion he really is, and not showing respect. Then goes back to the Rock's actions and comments that Rock was supposed to be the guest host, but it became business as he got in Cena's business. And there was like a 30 second, what do you call it? It's like a moment like I'm doing now. It's like nobody knew what was going on. And that was supposed to be the cue for The Rock to come out. Finally, as his music played, this was the botch of Raw, finally came out to his theme. Rock then stares down Cena and the crowd chanting, "People's elbow, people's elbow." Then The Rock tells Cena, "You should have known it was coming. But you're wrong about the respect, because I respect you." But he says he just doesn't like Cena. Then he says they are completely opposite with the same differences, with differences, but they have the same desire to become the champ. And Cena then says that the fans want a match between them, so why not just... I lost my spot. Why not give it and not just talk about it? So just either talk about it or just bring it. Cena removes his shirt at this point. Rock comes back and says, "You don't know what you just asked for," as he will bring it and will have the best match they have ever had before, but at Mania 28, and starts to make the stipulations. Then does his smell what The Rock is cooking and offers a handshake to Cena. And they shake. Cena actually pauses for a few seconds, and then finally shakes his hands. As they're face to face, the Core comes in, and they begin to beat down on both Rock and Cena. Rock then breaks free, and so does Cena at the moment. Cena does the 5-knuckle shuffle on Wade Barrett, and Rock hits people's elbow on Wade as well. He comes in and gets the attitude adjustment. Then The Rock comes in as Justin Gabriel came in, and he delivered the rock bottom on him And that ended the show at 10:15. Nothing much said for the remainder, or what happened afterwards, or whatever. I will report that on tomorrow's taping for SmackDown. Thanks for listening and watching to my report on Raw tonight.